just fucking wow. This fucking Valvrave episode. Where the fuck do I even begin? This has got to be the craziest thing that has happened in the series since episode 10, I believe it was, of season 1, to when Harto went berserk mode and raped Saki. That right there. In fact, to some extent, this fucking topped it. The more so basic, the episode, here's how more so starts out with everyone's more so reaction to Saki surviving that stabbed. And everyone starts freaking out, and then the fact they show even something else. That this is a question I have on my mind, because perhaps this could have been the RS soldiers, because the RS president, he's in line like he appears to be judging from the first episode, either Magius or allies with the Magius. It could have been like an RS soldier that did this, put all those people in the more so room place of that ship. That's probably my theory right there. Like some of the RS soldiers did it, and the fact that the RS president knows more than what he's letting on, which of course he does. He knows about the Magius. And Kamiya's, or however you pronounce him, like, I'm looking his name up right now, like, shit, his fucking death. I actually expected all the Valvrave pilots to actually live till the end of the series. Not one, but yet to see one of them die is a pretty big shocker. I was actually, as I said, expecting all the Valvrave pilots to live until the ending of the series. But, and, oh my god, I should also fucking talk about Shoko's betrayal to Harto. Now, I don't blame her for the situation, why she did it. Pretty much everything was pointing towards the fact that Harto was a monster, except there was one problem with it all. Shoko, in the end, should have listened to what Harto was going to say. She really should have. They should have at least let him spoke, but dang. And even though after all this, Harto somehow manages to still be in love with Shoko, which he, like, next time he sees her, he's going to try and explain everything. That's my best guess. But with also Kamira's, I'm just gonna call him that, or Kamira's, or however you pronounce his name. Also, another thing with his death, for a second there, I actually thought the character deaths in this episode was going to be Shoko and all those other characters on board that vessel, because when that morsel mech was about to shoot. But when Kamira got in the way, Kamiya, or however you pronounce his name again, when he got in the way, I'm like, this dude is gonna die. That was when I'm like, shit, we're gonna have a major character death on our hands. And another factor is it's looking like 80%, which I'm just going to point this out there. How many freaking students are left alive? I'm honestly shocked on how many are still. The fact that essentially that there's at least students that aren't more so for background characters that are still alive, because as we saw, they massacred a shit ton of them, and in the first season, I lost fucking count of the amount that died. I did, and it's like this. It's like 90% of the student body, perhaps even 95%, is dead at this point. I think there was only 3 shuttles that left. And there's no way that the students are still, that the majority of students are that were at the school at the beginning of the series are still alive. There's no way. 95% of them are dead. Calling that. And what else is there? Another thing I wanted to point out. Oh yeah, Harto is starting to lose his memories. This is going to be he needs to take runes from someone like, it doesn't matter who. He has to take runes from someone fast, or else we're going to have potentially another Marine incident on our hands. He fucking needs to. But in the end would not be surprised if in the end Harto dies. And there's two things I want to mention. For starters, there is a preview to the next episode, which from the version I saw, which I did download the episode by the way, there was no preview. I'll link down below into the description. And I did post this as a comment in the last episode review, but I didn't get around to, I forgot to say it. There's actually a spin-off manga, Valvrave, that more so focuses on Saki, where we see her perspective on certain events that happens through the series. There's only 5 chapters of it, and we even get a bit about her past, about with one chapter, I believe it's the front one, where we actually see an incident that happens to her during her days as an idol, and her perspective on multiple things, such as Ani's death, and the little incident between her and Harto. We do get her perspective on all those things. And what do I think is going to happen in the next episode? Or perhaps the rest of the seasons, or if this is, or series, depending if we get a season 3 or not. What I think is going to happen is that, judging from the preview, it's going to focus on L11 and Harto. But I also think there's going to be a key factor here. I think when Adri asks Saki about 11, I have a feeling Saki's going to tell him, like, Harto hijacked 11's body, and he was the one that shot you. It wasn't 11 himself. And I think he's going to get the other guys in his group, they're going to rescue Saki. I think they're going to get Saki out of there, and they're going to try and more so group up with 11 and Harto, and then go and meet up with the rest of the Valvrave pilots, the pretty much 10 students that are still alive, and Shoko and the other 2 more, so I guess side characters, students that are alive. But yeah, overall, just this fucking Valvrave episode. We had like a freaking massacre, like the second massacre of the student body, of that school's student body. We had a death of a Valvrave pilot, Harto beginning to lose his memories, and Shoko betraying Harto. And even after all of this, after all he's been through, Harto can still be in love with Shoko, which I'm wondering what's going to continue with that love triangle. Personally, I prefer Harto and Saki, but that's besides the point. But there is a good chance I see that Harto could probably by the end of Valvrave die. I see a good chance of that happening, and yeah. This was a crazy episode of Valvrave, in fact a great one. In fact, I would probably say this is actually my favorite episode of the second season. Overall, what do you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you somewhere in the middle? Give me your thoughts down below. If you like this video, leave it a like. If you dislike it, leave it a dislike. And yeah, anyways, I am a gaming nerd, signing out. Peace.